The United States provided Ukraine with 31 M1A1 tanks. That was enough for one Ukrainian Army tank battalion, 3 companies of 10 tanks each, and 1 tank for the battalion commander. The battalion would almost certainly never field all 31 tanks in battle. The Abrams is a tricky tank monster and damage is frequent. The U.S. Army is targeting a tank battlefield readiness rate of 90%, which would leave Ukraine with just 28 battle-ready tanks. It took almost a year for Ukraine's Western backers to finally decide to send tanks. Now that plans for the delivery of the Abrams tanks are finalized, it's hard not to feel overwhelmed. The U.S. has hundreds of newer M1A2 tanks in reserve, and could send them to Ukraine if it really wanted them. It could also send more than 31 tanks when the need was clear for hundreds of tanks. This may not be the last batch of tanks the Pentagon is sending to Ukraine. Earlier this week, Russian Chechen Republic leader Ramzan Kadyrov boasted that his upgraded T-72 main battle tank, MBT, would easily blow up the American M1 Abrams in battle. Kadyrov noted that while the Russian T-72 embodies real power, the Abrams is just a child's pedal car. According to the leader, the upgraded Russian armored vehicles surpass foreign equipment in combat power, control, protection, and ease of use. Even if Kadyrov's dramatized statement is even remotely accurate, Moscow has very few T-72s left in its stockpile. U.S. ended up sending older tanks which arrived more quickly, instead of sending new tanks which took a year. The Ministry of Defense is currently preparing to train more than 100 Ukrainian tank crews to use the M1A1 Abrams tank. The training, which will take place in Germany, will allow the crews to operate a battalion's worth of American-built tanks. The transfer of the updated Abrams tanks is being accelerated after criticism that delivery of the new tanks would take too long. Training will take place at the Grafenwohr training area, part of the U.S. Army Europe. The 89-mile training area is one of the largest outside the continental United States. Graf is currently home to the Ukrainian Joint Multinational Training Group, which pairs Army National Guard units with Ukrainian units for combat training and instruction. U.S. President Joe Biden made the decision to send the tanks to Ukraine in late January 2023. The tanks were originally intended as new M1A2 Abrams main battle tanks purchased under the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative, the coordinating agency for new equipment purchased for Kyiv. However, the newly built tanks will take a year to arrive on the battlefield, long after the European donated Leopard 2 tanks.